You guys don't mind if I record? Are you guys both okay with that?
Yeah.
Melissa, it looks like you're frozen again, hon.
Oh, yeah. I don't
There
know.
we
You
go.
guys aren't frozen. You guys aren't frozen to me. I've heard everything you've said.
Okay.
So
Well,
I don't
it
know.
seems like all you have to do is move and then you come back to us. So,
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to be recording these as well, and then I'll put them up on YouTube. And so that way you can go back and look and remember who people were. And then I'm going to be sending out those bios. So the point of that is, you know, then we can, again, look back and who is that person? What do they do again? And then also have all their contact information so we can reach out to each other. So have you guys ever done like networking in a community setting, like an online, either an online thing or, you know, like a chamber or a BNI or any kind of those kind of networking events? Are you familiar with how it works and what it's about?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Melissa, what about yourself?
Yeah, I had just started to attend a few before COVID hit. So
Okay.
I have been to several, but I wasn't like in, you know, any specific network type thing.
Okay, great. So the idea really of networking, right, is building those relationships. As I'm sure you guys both know, that's really the key with any kind of sales or marketing. You know, a lot of times people do come out to these events with the idea that they're just going to pitch and hopefully get some sales and stuff. But it's about those building the relationships. So that's what I really am going to be really stressing and pushing and encouraging in this group is let's help each other. Like let's really get to know each other, see where we can help each other, engage on each other's Facebook and other social media and those kinds of things. Use each other's services. You know, if we have the opportunity to, if we're ever going to put on another hat, you know, look at each other's opportunities and all these kinds of things. Because really, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right? So that's why I want to, you know, provide all of that information so that we can do that. What was the other thing that I was going to say? And so the whole, I'm going to be opening this up to membership. Once I reach that point where I'm getting 8 to 10 people a night, then I'm going to offer membership. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what the price is, but it won't be much. I'm thinking like probably about $130 for a year. And then that will allow you to come to one meeting a week. Because again, a lot of the events that I'm seeing out there are like not weekly, certainly not daily, right? And so this will give you a lot of flexibility as well, because, you know, it's not rigid where, oh, I have to make it on Wednesday, right? Or I have to make it on Thursday, because it's going to be 6 nights a week, right? So that'll enable you to meet new people every time, because that's, again, we're not just coming to say our pitch, we're coming to really meet, to network with people. And then also you'll start seeing some of the same faces and they'll start seeing you. So you'll get, well, you'll get known. And again, that's about the building of the relationship, right? So what do you guys think? You like, or do you think it sounds like something that you'd want to come back to?
Yeah, I love this idea. I mean, just when you first asked, you know, about it, and I think it's a great idea. And especially in, you know, this global world that we're living in, and then being connected with Zoom, and it's so easy just to come on and and so I love the idea, and I love the idea of meeting other people, and just what you were saying about building the relationships and getting to know people and the flexibility. I really like all of it.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you. And the reason why I'm asking, I'm not like asking for a pat on my back or anything like that. The reason I'm genuinely asking you guys this, and I'd like to hear your feedback as well, Bonnie, but the reason why I'm generally been asking this every night is because, you know, again, this is a new thing, and those demons in your head start saying, you know, this isn't going to work. It's not going to be of any use to anybody. Nobody's going to want a membership. And this has been really plaguing me for the last 2 weeks. And I'm like, shut up, boys. You know, this is a good idea. So I'm not going to give up, but I really want to get everybody's feedback. And I'm hearing everybody is like, you know, Melissa, they are saying that, yes, this is good. So I just gotta know that I'm not wasting my time here. People really do think that this would work. And Bonnie, what do you think? Honestly.
No, I think that's a great idea. I'm actually in something very similar to what you're talking about right now, because we've been networking all our lives. We're just not sure, you know, we're just not aware of what we were doing until we actually until somebody put a title on it, to network, to get to know people, to exchange ideas. And I know COVID made it a big, challenge, but if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't have all of these platforms that we can now reach out and not just be limited to where we live or even our state. You got billions of people that you can talk to, so why not interchange information? And it's definitely safer. I don't fear COVID when I'm here. I get to laugh and interact with people, so I'm loving it. I love the idea.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys very much. Okay, so then let's get started. Melissa, why don't we start with you? I think I've got my timer handy. I mean, we don't really need a timer so much tonight because there's just the three of us. But in the future, and when there's several of us in the room, I'm pretty stickler with the 2 minutes and then the 3 minutes, because sometimes we don't even realize that how long it's going, and that we're so excited about what we're doing, and it's so easy for people to just go on and on and on, right? The other thing is that this is a good practice for us, right? If we can stick to the 2 minutes and effectively get what we want to say out and communicate that, I think it's a really good skill to be able to develop. So that's also part of the madness. So Melissa, you're up, my friend. You're frozen again.
Oh, I don't know what. Okay, I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so Melissa Morgan, I'm from Loveland, Colorado, and I have 7 children. So in the midst of all this pandemic and all these things, I've been homeschooling, and we just do all these, with all those kids, we've been doing public school and charter school and homeschooling and all these things. So that's kind of where my focus has been for a lot of years, and raising kids. And I've just recently got into things like self-education and network marketing and all of these things that I just really enjoy. And so I'm kind of new at a lot of this, but I'm excited to get to know people. And I love supporting small businesses and people that I know. And I used to be a runner, not so much anymore, but I've run a couple of marathons and some half marathons and things. And that was a big part of my life before. And then kind of transitioning into this kind of thing. I'm excited to just get into this entrepreneurship and self-education and starting this new phase of my life. We call it this midlife crisis, but I want to call it a midlife pivot, where I'm pivoting. My kids are getting older and doing some other things. And so just excited to be here and learn.
How many kids do you have?
I have 7.
7. Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's
yes.
awesome.
My oldest is 28. My youngest is 8. So I've got just lots in between.
Wow. That's amazing. And where do you live?
Loveland, Colorado. It's just north of Denver.
Okay. Awesome. I wish I was American. I keep on saying that. I follow all your politics, everything so much. It's like
funny.
I mean, Canada, we just don't have that patriotic spirit at all. It's just kind of like Canadian.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, interesting. My husband lived in Canada for 2 years, so he's, we want to go back. Well, I've never been, but he wants to go back. So,
I mean, I love it here, and I love the people and stuff. It's just that I don't know, people just don't seem as proud to be Canadian, as you guys are. So, Bonnie, please tell us about you.
Sure. Let's see. I just celebrated my 50th birthday this year. I am a mom to 2. Thank you. I'm a mom to 2 of 2. I am a grandmother of 3 beautiful children, ages 5, 3, and 1. The oldest grandbaby starts kindergarten. I'm excited. 25-year-old, and I have a soon-to-be 10-year-old. I know, big age gap. I got married at 40, and surprisingly got pregnant. I'm also a breast cancer survivor, so there's a surprise. I didn't think I could have, any more children. I love to read, write poetry, all the boring stuff. Every once in a while, I would look for, a side business or a side hustle that I can do from home. So I'm a serial entrepreneur, but I finally landed a couple of things that I like. One life insurance, and then just recently with the attraction marketing. So my goal is to help people use social media to build business, find their target audiences, so they don't have to pay for those.
So what did you say at the end there? It kind of skipped.
So they don't have to spend like a lot of money on ads promoting their business. They can simply use their social media profile.
Right. Okay, great. I'll talk to you about that. That's awesome. All right. So a little bit about me then. I'm Canadian. I'm 53. I've got a 23-year-old and an 18-year-old. My 18-year-old lives with me at home. And I am also a survivor of kind of lifelong trauma, really. One thing after another, especially for like the last 25 years, and alcoholic relationship, all kinds of stuff. And then in 2016, my husband and I were in a serious motorcycle crash. And after taking care of him for a year in the hospital and he came home, he was very abusive. It was a very, very bad situation. And so in the last 5 years, I've had a motorcycle accident, taking care of him. My mom got cancer and died. And the father of my children also had a heart attack and died. And he was my best friend. I was the one who took care of that. And I got 10 Bitcoin stolen from me. So it's really about rebuilding for me now. The last 6 months have been actually really great. I finally really get my head together. Me and my girl are in a good little place here. And but I still didn't know what I was going to do again, because I'd given up my business with motorcycle accident to take care of my husband. So I was really lost and didn't know what I was going to do. And so then I started this. So this is going to be my business. And however I'll be able to monetize that. Keeping my ears open for something in that, another online business that I can really sink my teeth into and get passionate about as well. So definitely, Bonnie, I'll talk to you about helping me with my Facebook. I think it's looking pretty good, but I'm not getting much engagement. So. That's me. And you're frozen again, Melissa. Just every once in a while do this or something.
Okay, yeah. I just gotta move around, I guess. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
That's okay. All right. So why don't you tell us about your business then?
Okay, so I'm a wellness partner with the first ever mental wellness company. It's called Amari Global. And Amari was created, they've kind of created this mental wellness platform that is with products, programs, and people, and with a vision to lead the global mental wellness revolution. And so we couldn't be in a better position, obviously, right now, and with this massive shift in people wanting to take better care of their mental health. And so obviously, with the pandemic and the quarantine and with recent celebrities and athletes coming out and talking about these mental health issues and having these conversations, and Amari is here and to provide the holistic solutions that people really are searching for. And the latest science is showing that our mental health is actually controlled by our gut health. And so Amari has some award-winning, patented science-based products that target the gut to optimize brain function. And so some things, better mood, motivation, metabolism, stress resilience, sleep, concentration, clarity, stronger immune system. And these are just a few of the things that Amari targets. And so, you think about, well, why Amari? Depression alone costs the United States about $210 billion a year. And more than 70% of youth in the juvenile justice system have been diagnosed with mental illness. And so mental wellness is projected to be the next $1 trillion industry. Wow. And we are the solution for mental, physical, and financial wellness. So Amari, our business overall, has increased 60% in their revenue has increased, and we grew new accounts by 189%, and that's just been in their last quarter. And we haven't even hit critical mass yet. We're not really out there. We're a brand new company. We're in our 4th year, so not a lot of people have heard about us, but we have these innovative products that deliver the results, and we have a powerful community of people who are leading this mental wellness revolution and we really are the one and only mental wellness company. So there's
Wow.
opportunities, as customers or as wellness partners to join in this mental wellness revolution that we're starting.
All right, awesome. You're frozen again. Do this.
Did you hear what I was saying? Or
Oh
was
yeah,
I
we could hear
frozen?
you. You would just.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay, yeah.
No, we could hear you. So
Okay.
definitely I want to talk to you as well, because I'm a very strong believer in the Lord, and it has gotten me through so much. But I know that I need to deal with a lot of
Right.
issues. So,
Yeah.
okay, Bonnie, please tell us about your business.
Well, Melissa, let me say that was wonderful. Wow, and I need to talk to you as well.
Thank you. It's been a life changer, really. It has been a life changer for me and my family.
I'm looking forward to hearing more.
Yes. Well, let's. The first business that I entered into last year with a seriousness is a company called Primerica. You may or may not have heard of it. It is a big, it's one of the biggest financial institutions in the world. It's, in the US and also in Canada. We provide life insurance policies, affordable life insurance policies for families, so they can be taken care of, should the breadwinner or breadwinners pass away. More importantly, we teach financial education, because there is so much misinformation about life insurance policies and how they work, as well as how to invest money properly. We also offer other products that I won't get into because I want to respect the time, but that is one thing I do. I am a licensed life insurance agent in Texas. The second business that I am into, which is going to help me with my primary business, is attraction marketing. And basically, again, that's just teaching people how to use social media effectively so they can find their target audience so they can build their business. Because any business that you enter into, mostly we're taught by our uplines, okay, make a list of 50 or people or everybody that you know, and then, and that's your target. You ask them to join your business. That might have worked in 1980, but it is not working right now. You actually end up losing friends because they're tired of hearing about your opportunity. So with attraction marketing, you're taught how to attract people who actually are willing and want to buy your product. And you can even use this in brick and mortar, but since COVID and online has exploded these businesses that I'm speaking of, you can use Facebook, without buying the ads. You can use Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. This marketing is a skill, and sales. Some people are gifted, and then some people learn. People need to learn. We teach through the program that I work with.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely talk to you as well. This is great. So, my business is, again, going to be this, but the other product that I sell that kind of led up to this is incentive marketing. And I haven't had a lot of time to promote it, but I use it and I absolutely love it. So incentive marketing has been proven to be one of the most effective ways to increase your sales and your engagement, and just to really make people feel appreciated that do business with you or want to do business with you. So the platform that I use is called Daily Takeover, and you can give away everything from cruises and vacation packages to small electronics like earbuds, wireless earbuds, and Bluetooth speakers and touch MP4 players. They've got, and it's all in the States. It's only good for the States though. They've got like a pharmaceutical savings club membership where you can save up to 75% on your pharmaceutical in thousands of locations across the US. We've got a $500 dining savings card, which the way that works is that you get $25 off of your bill a month in thousands of locations across America, again, for 20 months. So you just basically $500 off your dining bill for the next 20 months. And then, like I said, there's cruises and stuff like that, flights for two. And so these are great for giving away. Say you want to encourage somebody to come to a webinar, and you can say, if you come to this webinar, whether or not you like it, I'm going to give you a set of earbuds, or you can give these away as incentives to people on your team when they reach landmarks. You can use them on your Facebook to increase engagement and have contests. I mean, there's so many ways that you can use incentives, and these are really, really excellent incentives. So the company is stable. It's been around for 3 years now. It's not a scam. It's totally legit. And the stuff isn't free, but it's close to free or very, very reduced. Like, so for instance, I'm going to give you both a set of the wireless earbuds for coming tonight. And it's just a link that you'd be able to go on and claim it. These are $199 premium earbuds, and all you have to do is pay the shipping and taxes, $19.95. I got somebody yesterday who sent me, or a couple days ago, sent me some pictures when they arrived, and she was so excited, and she absolutely loves them. She paid $20 for a set of $200 earbuds. So that's what I'm doing, but this is really my baby. So that's that. And you're frozen again, Melissa.
Oh, my word. Thank you for telling me. I've been moving my mouse around and then.
I think it's your motion. If you maybe just do
okay, I'll just like,
while or wave or something.
No, thank you for letting me know though, because I don't know what the deal is.
No problem. Actually, Bonnie, you froze up that time yourself. So I don't know if it's
that is
connection itself or what. Maybe Zoom is just like really busy tonight. I don't know. So okay, so what we're gonna do now is we talked about ourselves, we talked about our business. What we're going to do now is just for a few more minutes. We would normally be breaking out into a breakout room, but I thought if we wanted to talk for a little while about some of the struggles that we faced and how we've overcome them.
Okay, sure.
So who wants to start?
Oh, I'll start. Let's see, struggles. I know for me, I it was a lot of things. Mainly it was confidence and not believing that I can do it, because technically it's not my first rodeo. I do really well with these businesses, or anything that I start, and then there's and then it stops, and then I get discouraged, and I will run back to a regular job. As a matter of fact, I have a regular job now, and it's great, and I love it. But being the age that I am, I'm over, telling someone, when I'm going to the bathroom, when clocking in and out for lunch, and so on and so forth. I think the biggest thing that I struggle with is, just not quitting when things get hard. But again, and I can't really talk too much about the program that I'm in. My mentor, who would have come, but he's with a client. He was my coach. He was really, wonderful by giving me simple to, easy follow steps, something that I can deal with, so I'm not overwhelmed. Because running a business can be overwhelming when you don't have a plan. So the overwhelm and the confidence those are two of my biggest struggles.
Okay, awesome. And Melissa, what about you? Like, biggest challenges or struggles in life that you either dealing with or have overcome?
Well, yeah. So the reason that I'm here is just this big pivot that I've had in my life. So I'm 48. So Bonnie, I understand, where you're coming from. Like I get some of the things, like I said, I've been raising kids for 27 years. And so to step into this, but what it came down to is, I'm married 27 years and my husband and I are working things out, and we're not forced, but that really was a true option. Like we were talking about divorce, and at that point, like I had no way to support myself. And so I was like, well, how is this going to work if I can't, I haven't done anything in the last 27 years. And so for me right now, it's super important for me to be financially independent. And whether, it works out or not with the marriage, that's something that I want for me. And so kind of some of these same things, I'm so new to business and, entrepreneurship and all of these things, that mindset was a huge thing for me that I've needed to overcome and kind of get my mindset right. And that's kind of a constant thing. But it's just that, like Bonnie said, that not quitting when, thinking, oh, I should just go back to what I was doing, or, some of those things. And so those are some of the same struggles that I have, is just sticking with it and believing in the process, and feeling of value, that I have value to give to other people, kind of thing.
Awesome. Do this.
You guys don't freeze, and I can hear everything. So I don't know. Do you see me freeze,
But I
Bonnie?
didn't want to interrupt you. I did
Yeah,
that one.
no. Do I freeze for you, Bonnie?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, is it just for me? Okay. So
Maybe because Bonnie doesn't, you guys don't freeze, but anyway. Okay.
Okay. So, and you're not freezing for Bonnie. So it's just me then. It's probably my computer. I think my biggest struggle has been rejection. I've faced a lot of it for some reason over my lifetime. It's like, with my family, especially, and my mom, and so I've carried that into relationships, I think, and made wrong choices, and then like with my husband and stuff as well. So it causes me to really self-doubt a lot, because I'm always afraid, am I going to be turning people away, but I think that, again, in the last 6 months, I really hit rock bottom. I was so close to homeless. I felt so alone. I had just gone through so much, like with the deaths and the loss of everything that I had, because when my husband got his settlement, everything had been in his name because of the insurance and stuff, and he took it all, and so I was almost homeless, and it really hit that bottom place. And then about 6 months ago, I just came back, and I was able to get myself a job as a caregiver, taking care of a little autistic boy, and got myself this little apartment. It was all God. I was so this close to being homeless, had no income to show, and then there's so little out there for apartment wise. And I came and looked at this place, and it's such a cute little apartment. Just as soon as we walked in, my daughter said, yeah, this is the one. And I said to my landlord, because I had just gotten a job, and I said, do you want proof of income? What? He goes, no, it's yours. He didn't even ask me any questions or anything. It's yours if you want it. I'm like, what? So, and then in the last 6 months, with getting back with the online stuff and all of the positivity, surrounding myself, even though they're just online people, I'm getting to know so many people online, and it's all so positive, and then engaging in people's social media, and it's all this, as you guys know, it's all the mental health stuff, and it's all the positive development stuff. And I'm just really internalizing that. And, God has just come through for me so much again, and that's just built my faith 1,000-fold. So it's kind of like those things that I went through were kind of like bittersweet. They're the roughest times, but the best of times. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's so true. And so I guess I'm kind of seeing it now as a clean slate and an opportunity to just start over. So that's what I'm doing.
That's wonderful. That is a wonderful story. And I tell you this, really the first battle, if you win the first battle, which is the battle in the mind, doors will open. And I'm not, because I have not, what I'm looking for, I have not won the battle yet, but every day I get better and better at it. So, it's like we're already forming this, it was probably ordained. It was just the three of us.
Yeah. Right.
We're sharing all this stuff, and it's quite intimate. And listening to you guys, I find, that I have a lot in common, walking billboard for tragedy. Melissa, when you were talking about, the possibility of, the D word, because, that's been something that's going back and forth. So if whatever happens, stay or go, I have to take care of me and my, 10-year-old. Whatever
I'm
happens,
like almost crying.
yeah, so, yeah. Just thought I'd throw it in there.
No, you're right, Bonnie. I mean, just I see myself in some of your stories as well, and just think, oh, the help and support I think that women can give each other. That I think there is a reason why just the three of us showed up, because it is this. I got a job as a caregiver when I first, was like, I've got to find something, and I hadn't done anything for 27 years. And so to hear you say that, I just, that was the first step to earning money and to being able
Wow.
to do something for me. And
Wow.
I don't know, it just, yeah, I just love hearing people's stories and where they've come from and where they're going. It's just so healing. It's healing to share your story and to hear others.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's awesome. Well, that's great. Did you guys want to continue? We can call it a night now.
Let's see, whatever, because I didn't know how this, was going to go. I brought, some notes or something that I could share about attraction marketing. Just, if this is a good stopping point for everybody, I am fine either way.
Yeah, no, I'm good for staying for a little bit longer.
Yeah, actually, Bonnie, I was going to say, because I'm 48 years old, and I'm trying the Facebook thing, and I'm like, there's all these young people saying all these, doing courses and all these great things. I'm like, but I don't really connect with, I need somebody that, that I see that's older, that's doing it, that's making it work, that knows me, that I don't even, I go to click like, and I'm clicking an angry face, and, I need some help, but I need some help from somebody that I can connect with. I really think age-wise. So I don't know. I would love to hear, kind of what you're doing.
Yeah, it's and thank you for that. And I know exactly what you mean, because I've been pretty much, up until I found this group, I was pretty much like self-taught in a lot of things. Of some of the information useful, some not so useful. So I have a lot of trial and error experience. What I was going to share about, attraction marketing and how it could work was just, just a few steps. And I'll be happy to send you guys through Messenger. If not before I go to bed, definitely, let's say within the next 24 hours, I can send you one of the free guides I use when I want to show people how to, how their profile should look to make it more attractive. But yeah, I'll be happy to share these tips if you want to write them down. Or since she's recording, we can, how it works. You can tell my camera experience is a little raggedy, but I'm getting better.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so with the attraction marketing method, again, it's a marketing strategy, and it teaches, it attracts customers and clients to you who are ready to buy whatever you have to offer. And it comes with 7 steps. And by the way, again, you do not have to be perfect to do any of this. You don't have to be super techie. What I want people to understand, which I had to learn because I was taught wrong for so many years, is that, people buy from people that they trust. And if you don't have any trust, there is no transaction.
Mhm.
That I've been taught, we've been taught, is that we come off, super spammy.
Yeah.
But nobody likes spam. Nobody will eat spam, let alone market it to them. So here are just 7 little steps. The step number 1 is that you brand you. So what that means is you are branding yourself. You're not branding your company. We're not branding your product. People join people.
Mhm.
People. They're looking for leadership. So that's why you have to get into first time, you have to get into the attitude that you are branding you. Someone explained to me it's like an octopus. An octopus has a huge head, you can't miss it. And then they have all these 8 tentacles. Your products, or this, whatever, those are your tentacles. But people are looking at that big head. So I thought that was a cool explanation. Like, oh, I get it. Thing number 2, you want to define your audience. Because before you can really grow any business, you need to first get really clear on who you're even speaking to. Melissa, I love your company because it's speaking to people who have mental health challenges. So it's not like you're saying, hey, you'll feel better, but it sounds like the company is speaking to what people need right now. So you want to define your audience. Again, old school, they would teach you to make a list of your family or friends, or anybody with a pulse is your customer. Not true. Everybody is, matter of fact, everybody isn't even your prospect. So number 3, you got to understand your audience's challenges. And once you get to know your audience, take some time to do some research, brainstorm, write down what the biggest challenges are. For example, if it's weight loss, there are a lot of challenges that come with weight loss. It's not so much as about the vanity of it as we think it is, but on a deeper level is being able to play with your kids or your grandkids, in my case. Going to your high school reunion, everybody expecting you to walk in, looking like you did, which a lot of us didn't look that good. It's about the challenges that comes with it. Being on high blood pressure medication, diabetes, worrying about dying earlier. Understand what your challenges are. Number 4, once you understand the challenges, create content that speaks to their challenges. Create that content. So your job is going to be to consistently create content, and that can come from videos or Facebook posts, blog posts. Address their top challenges, address their pains.
I like that.
Yeah. Number 5, you want to build a relationship with your audience. I mentioned this before. People do business with people that they like and trust. So the people you're prospecting, you want to treat them like, treat your prospects like the human beings that they are, because you actually want to help them. You want to offer them help. Follow up with them, build a relationship. And by the way, it's not as complicated as, that even I thought it was. Basically it boils down to human kindness and asking the right questions, and continue to serve that audience daily. Engage your audience, which we talked about earlier, Carrie. The way that you engage your audience is that you uncover their pain, and then you provide description to that pain. The best way.
Step 6, or are we still on step 5?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's step 6. I'm sorry. Yeah, uncover their pain, and then you're going to give them the prescription.
It's step 6 is help them solve the problem, give them this.
Yep, solve the problem. Because really, when you solve problems, you make sales.
Yeah.
Let's see, last thing it says to embrace multiple income streams, which I know that sounds like a little weird to end, but really the first 6 steps, if you use the first 6 steps and you conquer it in one area, you can use it, in other things that you're interested in. So, you may be doing whatever today, but maybe like, hey, I want to sell makeup. And then you can steps 1 through 6 to go through makeup, and just develop it. Just basically, once you do this stuff consistently, your sales and your prospects are coming in on autopilot. And it does take time to build, but you're building it the right way. Yeah, those are the 7 steps to attract marketing.
Another thing that's really important, Melissa, do this. Good, thank you. I think another thing that's really important that I've learned really in a mastermind that I was at a couple of months ago, especially when you're talking like in an audio or a video, or, you know, really talking to a person, not just messaging. You can't really do anything with Messenger. But they say go into it with the goal of making a friend. You know, that's what that's especially like the initial conversation or whatever. Make a friend, you know, because like you said, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust, and we all know that. But how do you make a friend, right? By listening, you know, asking questions about them, you know, and then when you do that, like you said, then you can uncover, you know, what their challenges are. You know, if you're asking the questions and you're finding out what their needs are, they not only does that serve to find out what their needs are so that you can help them, but it makes people feel cared about. Because again, another cliche, people don't care, you know, until they know how much you care, right? And when you're asking questions and listening, you know, about their family and their heart, right? You want them to get off the phone feeling, or the call feeling like that was the best conversation they had all week.
That's it. We, you know, for years we've been taught to do it a certain way, and you know, and we think that this part is so complicated, but it's not as complicated as you think it is. Just as I was listening to your stories, I can relate. And by the way, sharing stories on Facebook about yourself is a good way for engagement, because once people feel it's like this person is like me, you know, let me listen a little bit more. Let's see what they have to offer. How did they get to where they are right now? It lights up something in them to make them want to find out who you are and how can they get to where that you are, that you're happy, that you're in this space, that you know, whatever.
Yeah. Melissa, what do you have to think about that?
Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, very simple, you know, lay it out, here it is. You know, I think that that's great that you have a free thing that you offer. And that's one of the things that I've kind of been working on, is trying to get some sort of a free something that I can, PDF of some sort that I can, what?
I have that for you.
Yeah, see, something like that. So I have a Facebook group right now that's a little bit stagnant, and I'm thinking that I'm like, okay, I need to have a giveaway. I need to, you know, get people engaged. So that I love what you said, Bonnie, about branding yourself. That's one thing that I have been working on. And so kind of my brand is the midlife pivot, and it's living with passion and purpose. And so that's the name of my Facebook group. And it's kind of these midlife women who are in this pivot stage. Like I said, we call it a crisis, but you know, Carrie, what you said really hit that, you know, everything falls apart and then you get a chance to rebuild. And I think that we as women at this age and stage in our life, we can rebuild so much better because through our experiences that we've had. And so a lot of things at this age, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that anymore. I'm not picking that up. We're not doing that, you know? And so helping women kind of through this, that it's not so much of a crisis, but it is that you can look at it as, I get to rebuild. I get to start over, you know, your foundation's exposed. You can see all the cracks and the trauma and all the things that you need to go through and fix. And once that's laid, you're going to be able to build something huge that you couldn't have before because you didn't have the right foundation. And so that's kind of, you know, my branding of helping women build that foundation and look at it as, this is a pivot in my life, and it's a blessing that I get to rebuild based on, you know, the experiences that I've gone through. And so that's kind of my branding. I just need, and then, you know, I've got my mental wellness company that I can offer solutions, like real solutions to some of these mental health things, or, the depressions and the anxieties and the stress levels and things that we face. And so getting the gut in a healthy place that helps our mind and helps our healing. So anyway, I have all these big things. I just, like, I don't know how to, like Bonnie, market it, or, get out there on social media and do that attraction marketing. So
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I mean, your passion definitely comes through. And like you said, with the experience, right? So it's not like it's something that you're speaking to that you don't know anything about. And I think that that's where it definitely begins, is speaking to something that you know about, and you've been there. And so, I mean, it starts there, and your passion, like I said, definitely comes through. So, being real and just, like Bonnie said, getting out there and just talking to people and telling them your story and being real, and victory, right?
Yeah.
Before and after. That's awesome. All right. So, well, I'm going to wrap it up then, and I'm going to upload this. I'll have it uploaded by tomorrow for sure, probably later tonight. I don't know if both of you have sent your autobiography stuff to me. Okay, perfect. So I'll send that out to either of you as well before I go to bed tonight. And please reach out to each other. I'm sure that you will. And I'm going to be chatting with both of you. Either reach out to me or I'll reach out to you as well. I definitely got to talk to both of you about what you're doing. And yeah, and please come back. Like, if you guys want to book again for next week, I've got rooms are really starting to fill up already for next week. So it'll be different. This was really nice. So I think you're right, Melissa. I think this was ordained. I think it was Melissa that said that. But
well, Bonnie said it first. I'm like, I totally agree, because it's been good practice for me. So thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you both for coming. God bless you both. And do you have anything else to add before we end?
Nope. I'll send you guys that free PDF about, opening up your profile, and within the next 24 hours.
Thank you. And yes, Carrie, I would love to join again next week.
Okay. Let me know which day. I'm booking right now for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So
Okay.
would you happen to know offhand which day might work for you?
I'm thinking probably Monday. Let me just make sure. Yeah, probably Monday.
Monday? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I'll send you the link in a little while.
Okay.
Bonnie, do you know? Did you want to come back next week?
Yes, I can come back on Wednesday. I'm going to put it on my calendar.
Okay, awesome. We'll see you guys next week. But we'll talk before.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great night, guys.
With you. Bye.
Bye. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.